Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Before we get into today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss out on an upload, and leave a comment below saying I subscribed and hello, and I'll always say hi back. With all of that said and done, let's jump into the video.
It's time to do.
Hey guys, this is second place Yugioh. Behind the camera today, interviewing Mr. Thomas, who's got first place today at our goat tournament. What were you playing?
I was playing Chaos Control.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any inspiration behind the list?
Yeah, you. So I bought this deck off a friend, Ayrton, so shout out to Ayrton. I bought it around the same time that Sinky came back to the game. So he didn't inspire me to buy it, but he definitely inspired the changes that I've made to it and learning how to pilot the deck. So I have to do a massive shout out to this guy. Without him I wouldn't be sitting here today, and I wouldn't be the pilot I am with this deck either. So thank you, Sinky. We'll just jump into the list.
Yeah, let's go.
Starting off with the monsters, so we start with the level 1s. I've got it all backwards, so I do apologise, but we've got the Sinister Serpent, the Sangan. I play the Cyber Jar. I'm 99% sure Sinky plays the other jar, which is Morphing Jar. That's one of the only different. There's two differences we have. I play Cyber, he plays Morphing. The only reason I like Cyber more, I like the effect, but I also have an ulti, and my Morphing Jar is a gold rare, and I despise gold rare. But I do prefer the effect of Cyber Jar more.
It's never come up that you want the Morphing Jar to reset your hand? You'd rather reset the board?
Yeah, look, I think my playstyle, I prefer to reset the board. There's been a few times where I've probably gone, ooh, bugger, I need to reset my hand, but I think I've learned to play differently. That's why I go. Yep. But we play the Breaker, Tribe Infected Virus. This is what won me the tourney. Swinging for game with Tribe. Azure Priest. Didn't know this card existed until I met Sinky, and he showed me how powerful it is, and now it has to stay in the deck. It's never leaving. I think it's unreal. If you don't main deck Azure Priest in this specific build, I think you're insane. It's called GOAT format for a reason, and this is pretty much anti-GOAT format. Like, this just clears your board. Very, very good card. You don't want to leave Go tokens on board if they've got Metamorphosis. It's just silly. We play the 2 Sook. I like Sook at 2. I see some people run at 1. I think it's too much of a control card. You need to have 2. We're moving into the 2-ofs. So we have the 2 Sook. We play 2 Xarion. Don't come at me, this format. Our locals plays Xarion. It's an amazing card. It just keeps the format moving. I think if we didn't have Xarion, it'd be a bit too slow. That's my opinion. We play 2 Crossout Bait, apparently, because this never resolves for me, because every time I use it, it gets crossed out. We play 2 Parshanth. This is another change that I have made compared to Sinky's list. I run the 2 Air Knight, where he runs 1 Air Knight and 1 Demok. They both have their benefits. I think we've had a chat tonight, and Sinky agrees that consistency with Air Knight is probably more advantageous than the one-off Demok. That's the 2-ofs. The boss monster, we run the 1 Bearless. I used to play Chaos Orcs. I don't play them anymore. I think you just need this engine and then the 1 BLS to just control the game. We go on to the spells. We play 3 Metamorphosis. It's GOAT format. And I play the 2 Scapegoats. I did have this at 3, but I cut it down to 2 to make more room for other cards, which we'll see later. I think we had a chat about Scapegoat being at 3. Like, you want to see it, but you don't want to see it all the time, and sometimes it can be a bit of a brick.
I've also found you never resolve 3.
Yeah, you only ever resolve 2.
So,
and if you really get desperate, you can always add 1 back with,
exactly. You've got means to get it back to.
Yeah. Play the Double Book. I like this. It's a very good card. It can dodge Snatch Steal. It can dodge a lot of things, like Sakura to Armor as well. So yeah, very good defensively. It depends on how you can use it offensively, defensively. Like, it's also really good with Crossout, obviously. And then speaking of the Devil, I never see mine. Sinky always sees his. I love to hate this card. I no need to explain it. It is just crazy. Heavy Storm, very good card. MST needs no explanation. We play the Pot. We've got to have the ulti. He looks pretty. He's my favorite. Best card in the game. Graceful. I value it. It's amazing. I just like, I struggle when I activate it to know what to discard. Obviously, I'm getting better at it, but I just feel like the cost is high. But it has its value. We have the Snatch, the Delinquent, and the Primo, the Burial. Needs no explanation, these cards are all mandatory. We play Double Dust Tornado. This is another thing that was inspired to me by Sinky. I only was running the 1, but I've gone up to 2. Lots of back row hate. I've learned that in Go format, if you don't control the back row, you just lose the game. So this is a lot of the inspo from the man behind the camera is you learn to control the back row, you control your opponent, you control the game. Sacramento Armor, I like it at 2. Needs no explanation. A lot of people shotgun this. You need to, like, a lot of your cards, like, Go Control is all about control, and it's all about, like, Goat is all about control. Like, a lot of people shotgun their cards way too early. You need to hold on to them and use them when it's value. Like, don't waste this on a sand game. You use this on an Air Knight or a, Exarion, A lot of people just need to learn to control and calm down. Ring of Destruction. This won me game 2, I think.
Game 1.
Game 1. No, I lost game 1. You walked all over me. So game 2 I won with this, and game 3 yeah. So Ring, he was on 200 and I hit his Exarion and that was game. Torrential, again, don't shotgun this. Wait until it's worth it. Call off and Mirror Force, same. I held onto a Mirror Force for like 6 turns in game 3. I just didn't see value in using it on anything until he had more than 1 card on board. And then I have 1 Jar of Greed. A lot of people aren't a fan of Jar. There's a good argument to say it's dead. It just depends on the format and where you're playing in your locals. I want this at 2. I just need to pick up another copy. But it's really, really good bait for back row hate. And as long as you get it set, it pluses you. And you always want to have cards in hand. So, like, I swear by this card. I understand the argument as to why it's not optimal, but I think it's funny, haha, when I bait an MST and get to draw 1 out of it. So that's the main deck. Sorry guys, the camera died, so I'm pretty sure we've still got the main deck, but we're going to quickly show you the extra deck. We play the MVP himself, the 1000 Eyes Restrict. No need to explain this card. It controlled the game state for me. I summoned it and took a face down monster, and then we just sat on this for like 6 turns until we both got enough cards in hand to continue playing the game. So it's a good stalling card. And then these are all just bait cards for, Metamorphosis. I don't use them, like I've not ever gone into any of these once. And that's the same with the Fiend Skull, the Flame Swordsman, and the Dark Bolter. Some of these cards have uses under Metamorphosis, but I just haven't used them yet. One of them I have used, which will be the Reaper. I like this card. It's funny, haha, when you can just attack your opponent directly and make them put cards in the bin. I used this in game 2 and it wasn't correct because I knew my opponent had, I knew Stinky had Sinister Serpent in hand. So, using this was dumb because I'd attack for 800 and make him put it in the bin, but he would just add it back in the standby phase. But in any other circumstance, this card is amazing. Again, just more bait or more targets, and then the Gatling Dragon. So yeah, like I'd rather have them than not. They're there. It is what it is. So that's the extra deck. But yeah, thank you all very much. Yeah, shout out to Sinky for being my inspiration for the deck. Shout out to Cam and to the local environment for hosting the event. Andy, thank you for coming down. It was good to see you, and I'm hoping to see more people show up for the event. And yeah, I'm just glad I could knock Sinky off his perch. But yeah, thank you very much.